स्टूडेंट्स, आपका इस YouTube चैनल शंकर कोचिंग में स्वागत है। मैं प्रोफेसर प्रेम शंकर आज 7th क्लास का फर्स्ट चैप्टर इंटीजर्स पढ़ाऊंगा। आप इस वीडियो को अंत तक देखें और अगर आपको किसी भी तरह का डाउट हो तो इसे कमेंट बॉक्स में दीजिए। और अगर मेरा ये वीडियो अच्छा लगता है तो आप इसको लाइक करें, सब्सक्राइब करें और अगर अच्छा लगता है तो आप इसको अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ भी शेयर करें। तो चलिए वीडियो स्टार्ट करते हैं। Let's start the video. Integers. We will discuss the integers in the first one is the introduction, then number line, then operation and properties. We'll discuss one by one. Let's suppose in the introduction part. In the introduction part, if we take the whole number, so whole number is start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. If we take the negative also, that means -1, -2, -3 like this. Then as a whole, this will be called as a integers. This can represent on the number line also. The line is the number line on which we can represent the integers. So you can say that on the number line, 0 is the middle, and on the right hand side we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the left hand side, side of the 0, we have the -1, -2, -3 and so on. So that is the number line. Now operation, if we discuss operation of the integers, the operation part we have only 4 operations on a number suppose given, 2 numbers given. Then we have the 4 operation. First one is your addition, then second one is the subtraction, third one is the multiplication, and lastly that is the division. In the 4 operation we have the properties also. So that properties we also discuss one by one of the operation. The properties are, what are the properties? Properties are closure property, commutative property, then associative property and distributive property. That is the number line. So suppose we have the whole number and we want to represent that one on the number line. How will we represent that one? Since the whole number is started from 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. So if I want to represent this whole number on a number line, it's very simple. We will take the 0 and then we will go to the right hand side to represent the whole number. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So this 1, 2, 3, 4 is on the right side of the 0. Let us take the left hand side of the 0. So the left hand side of the 0 is nothing but it will be your -1, -2, -3. So this is the representation of integers on the number line. See, we can use this number line to finding addition, subtraction, multiplication of the number of these integers on the number line. For example, let's suppose I want to add 2 plus 3 on this number line. So how can we find 2 plus 3? So we will take 2 is here and 2 plus 3 is there, so 2 is there, and after that 3 is there. So how will we represent that one on the number line? So this is 2. After that we have to make the how many steps? 3 steps. 1, this is 2, and this is 3. So we are getting what? We are getting 2 plus 3, that is 5. So we can use the number line for finding the sum, subtraction, addition, subtraction, multiplication of any integers. But we have to keep in the mind, suppose plus is there, then we will go to the right hand side of number line. Number line, right hand side. But if we have negative, so then we will get the left hand side of number line. Similarly, suppose we want to take multiplication. In that case, you have to use the number line. How you use the number line in the multiplication case? In the multiplication case, suppose we want the value of 3 into 2. 3 into 2. How you will find the 3 into 2? With the help of number line. So we have how much? 2 is there. So 2 is there. So first of all, for the multiplication case, we want to find this value using the number line. So for this multiplication, first of all, I will draw the number line. For this. So this is what? This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on. Similarly, from the left hand side, you will put the -1, -2, -3, and -4, and so on. So how will we find the value of 3 into 2? I can take in this way also. 3 I will take first, and then we make the steps. How much? This is 3 into 2. So first of all, we will take the 3. This is 1 times. This is 1. Here it is 1 times 3. You have to go in the positive direction 2 times. So 3 is here, and then again from 3 to we got the 2. Then we get the value 6. 3 into 2, that is equal to 6. Or we can do in this way also. We'll take the 2 and then we'll go the 3 times. Like this. Suppose here the 2, this is 1 times, 2 times, again you get the value 6. What is why in the both cases why we are getting the same result? The reason is in the multiplication case you can take the 3 into 2 is equal to 6, or you can take 2 into 3 is equal to 6. So this is all about the representation of integers on the number line and how we use the number line for this addition, subtraction, and multiplication. And the topic operation. In the operation, we have the different operation of the integers: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So first of all, we start the operation addition. We will start from addition. Suppose 2 integers are given and we want to add it. We add it saying the sign. See, there are 4 possibilities in the case of addition. First possibility is either the first number is negative and the other number is positive, or your first number is positive and other number is negative, or your first number is positive, another is positive, and then we have the one number is negative, another is negative. So in this case, the last two cases, we add the both integers, and if it is plus and plus, then simply we add it and make the sign plus. If the negative one is there, then both numbers negative, then what we will do? We will just add it and give the sign negative. While one number is negative, another is positive, in that case, we make the difference and we put the sign whichever is larger. If the positive larger, then we give the sign positive. If the negative is larger, we make the sign negative. For example, let's suppose I am taking the example of this case. Suppose I have the number minus 6 plus 4. I will make the difference. So I will get how much? 2. Which one is greater? Negative is greater, so obviously this is minus 2. Similarly, suppose we have the number plus 8 and minus 6. I want what is this value, plus 8 and minus 6. So in that case, difference is 2. This is positive, so it is positive. Then suppose positive case. Let's suppose plus 9 and plus 3 is there. The 9 plus 3 how much? It will be plus, it is 12 and the sign will be plus. So suppose we want the value of minus 4 and minus 3. In this case also, we add this one. This is 4 plus 3, that is 7, and this is negative sign is there, so it must be minus 7. Now the case arises in the case of what? In the case of only two you are adding or adding two numbers, two integers you are using. Let's suppose instead of 2 we have the 3. Let's suppose minus 4, then plus 5, then plus 3. Suppose such type of integers are there and you want to find the operation of the addition. So there are two ways of doing this. First one is you take the same sign first and add that one. Or you can do one thing, you take first 2 and then next one. In that way also you can find the value of addition of the integers. For example, I can do in this minus 4 plus 5 plus 3 is there. So I can do in this way also, minus 4 plus 8. Making the difference because minus is there and plus is there. So difference I will take. If I will take the difference, it will be how much? 4. Which one is greater? The positive is greater, so it is the plus. Or I can do in this way also. Minus 4 plus 5 plus 3. First of all, I will take what? I will take the minus 4 plus 5. And after that, I will add in the 3. So it is negative and this also. Here it is what? Positive 5 is there. So what is the difference? Difference is 1. So difference is 1. And which sign is greater? Positive is greater, so it is plus 1. The next one is plus 3. So 3 plus 1 is equal to 4. So either you can do in this way or similarly, if you have the numbers instead of 2, 3, 4, 5 like that, and if you want to solve that integers as an addition, you suppose you want to find the addition, then what you will do? You will take what? The two methods, either you take all the positive signs at one place, all the negative signs at one place, and then you solve them, which is not the time consuming. But if you take in that way, taking first two, then after that solving, then you get the next one. Like suppose I getting, I want to find this one, -5 plus 6 plus 8 minus 4. Suppose I want to find the value of this integers. So how I will find it? So how I will find it for addition? So what I will do? Either I will solve these two. Either I will take solve these two. Whatever the result I am getting, then I will take this with the 8, and whatever the result I will getting, then I will take the minus. Or I can do in this way also. Suppose plus 6 is there, plus 8 is there. Then -5, -4. In this way also I can do it. 8 plus 6, that is 14, minus 9. Difference I will take. So difference is nothing but this is 5. Positive is greater, so plus 5. So this is the way in which we can add the integers. Now there is a term that is called the additive identity. Additive identity. So this is one term is there. We call this is as a additive identity. Additive identity. Additive identity. Additive identity. So what is this additive identity? Additive identity means you have any integers. If you have any integers and you add another integers, and if you are getting the same result, same number, then that number is called what? Additive identity. For example, I have -8, then +9, -3, plus 4. Suppose this number is given and I want to add something in such a way so that I will get the same result. So in the same result, how is that one? Here it is -8, this is +9, -3 and +4. So what value you will place here so that you will get the same value, -8, +9, -3 and +4. So if it is the -8, so if you put the +0, you will get same result. You put +0, you will get the same one. Similarly, if you place here 0, you will get the same one. Similarly, here also +0, you will get the same value. So this 0 is called additive identity. So this is all about the operation of integers as a addition. Now the next one is multiplication. So we will discuss the multiplication operation on integers. See, if we take the case of the multiplication, there are different cases. Either we are multiplying two numbers, like A into B. Suppose two numbers are there and we want to multiply that integers. So what are the possible cases? The possible cases are either this A is positive and your B is negative, or one more case is, that is, either your A is negative and your B is positive, or both are negative, or both are positive, plus A and this is into plus B. So this is the four cases when we are multiplying two number A into B. So what are the values here? The values will be here plus minus, this is minus AB, this is also your minus AB, this is your plus AB, and this is your plus AB. So this is the way how we multiply two numbers. You can say that if the sign are different, then we have the negative sign, and if sign is same, then we have positive sign. For example, plus into minus into plus, we will get the negative sign, negative. But if the sign is same, so we will get the positive sign. That is your, suppose your minus is there, into minus. So this is your what? This is the positive sign. So this is your, and suppose this is positive into, this is also positive. So this will be your positive sign. Let's suppose we want the product or multiply the three numbers, not 2, 3. So suppose we want the A cross B into C. Suppose this we want to multiply. How will multiply? So for multiplying, we will take the A into B, and then whatever we are getting, let's suppose I am getting D, so D into C. So in this way, I can find when the multiplication of integers more than 2. Similarly 3, 4, 5, like that. Now as you had seen in the case of addition, there was the addition of identity was there, and we find that that was 0. Similarly, your multiplicative identity is also. What does it mean? So for the multiplicative identity, how we define that one? Multiplicative identity. So how I find that one? So let's suppose we have the number like -8, -1, 5, 2. We want to take the one number in such a way so that when you multiply that one with that one, you will get the -8, -1, 5 and 2. So what will the value here? Obviously that value is here 1. If you multiply that number with 1, you will get the same value. So your 1 is what? This 1 is nothing but, this 1 is multiplicative identity. Now one more thing in the case of the operation of this multiplication of four integers is when you multiply any number, with 0, then you will get the value equal to 0. For example, I have minus 8. If you multiply by 0, you'll get the what? You'll get the value 0. For example, you have 5 multiplied by 0, you get the 0. So we can say that if we multiply any number, any integers with 0, you'll get the value 0. Next we will discuss this subtraction. Is whenever the two integers are given, in that case, what we will do for the subtraction, we put a negative sign in between that. And after that, we use this theory of the multiplication. Theory of the multiplication means negative into negative, that is equal to your positive. For multiplication, positive into positive, that will be positive. And we have, if a positive and minus negative, so it will be the negative. And here it is negative and then positive, so it is also negative. I am taking one example. Let's suppose I have minus and this is minus 12. So how much it will be? So minus and minus, it will be your plus. So this is nothing but this is your plus 12. Similarly, if you have the positive and then plus 6, so it is 6 and this is plus. Then we have the plus and minus. This is positive and negative. So suppose minus 3 is there. So it will be how much? 3, and it should be your negative. Let's suppose we have minus and here let's suppose plus 6 is there. So how much it will be? Minus 6. So from where this we are getting? Like negative, negative, this is positive, 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 positive. As we had already discussed in the case of the multiplication, if the sign is same, then it will be the positive. And if the sign is different, then it should be negative. Let's suppose I want to subtract plus 7 and let's suppose minus 12. I want to subtract this one. Plus 7 and minus 12 I want to subtract. So it will be, I can write in this way. This is your plus 7. Subtracting, so it is minus 12. Now from multiplication theory, this negative and negative is positive. So obviously you will get what? You will get 7 plus 12. That is nothing but it is your plus 19. One more question I am taking. Let's suppose you want to subtract minus 15 and minus 4. So how I subtract this one? For subtracting minus 15 minus 4. Now negative and negative is how much? Same sign, so it is positive. So this is equal to your minus 15 plus 4 and we will get this negative and positive differences. How much difference? 11. Which one is the greater? Negative. So this is your minus 11. So see one more example I am taking. Let's suppose that is last example. Let's suppose I have minus 30 and 2. I want to subtract this one. So in the case of subtraction, if you want to understand the subtraction, how we subtract the integers, then you have to apply the concept of multiplication as well as the concept of addition. Without the concept of multiplication and addition, you cannot able to subtract integers. For example, I think minus 13 and 2. So if I want to subtract this one, minus 13 and 2, without the concept of multiplication and addition, you cannot subtract this one. Why? Reason is, see, I'm taking the writing minus 13, I can write in this way, minus, and this is your plus 2. So how I apply the concept of multiplication? This negative and positive, this will be how much? This will be your minus 13, minus and plus, this is minus 2. So here is the concept of multiplication. Now the concept of addition is there. What is that? That is there. If the both are of the same sign, then we add that one. That is 13 and 2. That is your 15. And both is negative, so this is minus 15. So in brief, I can say for the subtraction, you must know the concept of multiplication and the concept of addition. And one, I have given 3 examples I had given. One example in the detail I had discussed how the concept of the multiplication and addition is used for the subtraction. The last operation, division. Let's suppose I have given a 2 number and I want to divide that one. So let's suppose the number are plus a divided by plus b. In this case, I can use the theory of the multiplication also. What is that? First thing, I can change this division into multiplication. If I change this division into multiplication, I have to find the inverse of this b. Inverse of b means what? Suppose number 3 is there. I want the inverse of this one. So inverse is how much? This inverse is 1 by 3. So I can write in this way, plus a into 1 by plus b. As I told you, I will in the case of division, I will take the help of the multiplication. So we have the case of the multiplication, a into b. Now if it is the case of the division, so it is nothing but it is division case, it is a by b. So how the sign rule we will do this here? So sign rule be here, it is here positive divided by this positive, so it will be your positive. This is the sign rule. Then suppose here it is one is positive, another is negative. So this is the different sign, so it is negative. Similarly, if it is here negative, here it is the positive, so it is the negative sign. And same sign, except for negative, and here we have the negative, then the same sign, so it is your positive. So this is the sign rule. It is the same in the case of the multiplication, only the difference is one is in your numerator, another in the denominator. I'm taking a few examples. Let's suppose I want to find plus 12 divided by minus 6. What is the first step? The first step I will take, will change this divide into multiply. So this is a plus 12 into 1 by minus 6, taking the inverse of that one. And then I will divide simply 12 by 6. So 12 by 6 I am getting how much? 12. 2 I am getting. Now this is plus and here it is minus. So which case one here? Here it is plus and here it is minus. Different sign. So it is your negative. So this is your minus 2. So in this way we can we can find the solution of the operation of division as its integers in the case of division. Now we will see the properties. In the case of the properties, we have the closure properties, commutative properties, associative properties, and distributive properties. 4 properties are there: closure, commutative, associative, and distributive. We will discuss all this one by one. Means closure property for addition, multiplication, subtraction, division. Likewise, commutative properties, associative properties, and distributive properties. So first I am taking for the closure case. In the closure case, I am taking the case of the addition. Case of the addition I am taking. Addition. I will take the case of the addition. In the case of the addition, for the closure property, suppose I have two number. I have two number and I want to add that number. Let's suppose I have the minus 5 and I want to add, let's suppose minus 3. So I am getting what? I am getting here minus 8. So what is happening here? This is integers. This is also integer and you are getting integers. That means closure property for the addition is true for integers. In general, I can write if a number a is there and another number b is there and we are getting, let's suppose, c. So if c is also integer, if c is also integers, that indicate what? That indicate for the closure property for addition. Similarly, and next I am taking the multiplication. Let us suppose for the multiplication, I want to check for the closure property for the multiplication. Let's suppose I am taking the number minus 3 into plus 5. How much it is? 5 into 3, that is 15. Sign is different. So here it is negative because different sign, negative, same sign, positive. Now if you see in this case, what is happening? In this case, this is integer, this is also integers, and this is also a integer. This is also a integer. I can say what? I can say that closure property for multiplication is true. Closure property for the multiplication is true. Similarly, I will take the next one, subtraction. Now I will take the case of the subtraction and I want to see whether the subtraction is closure property or not. Let's suppose I am taking, before that I can generalize this one also, multiplication. That is what? That is suppose A into B. Suppose I am getting C and this C is also integers. That means what? That means the is for the closure property for the multiplication. This is case of, this is the general case. I can write it. Now for the case of the subtraction. For the subtraction case, let's suppose I am taking one example, -8 minus 3. I want to take this one. How much the value will be? The value will be equal to how much? This will be equal to -8 minus plus, so +3, and difference is 5. Negative is greater, so it is -5. So in the subtraction case, we are saying what here? This -5 is also an integer. That means for subtraction, the closure property is true. Okay. So in the general case, I can write a minus b is equal to c. In the general case, c I am writing. So this c is what? This c is also integers. C is also integers. So for the subtraction, closure properties for integer is true. Now the last operation is your division. Now we want to see whether in the division case closure property is happening or not. So for the division case, let's suppose I am taking -2 divided by -3. Let's suppose I want this one. -2 divided by -3. So this is the division of the integer case. So right hand side I will change into what? I will change into multiplication, and what? For that I have to take the inverse of that one. This is nothing but this is equal to -2 by -3, same sign. So this is +2 by 3. See, for the C, in the case of the division, this +2 by 3 is not a integer. Is rather it is a rational number, which we will study in the next class, higher classes. This is the rational number. If it is a rational number, so that shows what? Not an integer. That shows the closure property for division is not true. That is, a by b is equal to c, and this c is not integers. So closure property for division is not true. So the next one, that is the commutative property. We discuss these commutative properties again for addition, for multiplication, then for subtraction, and then for division. So I will start it for addition. For addition I am starting for this. Suppose there is two numbers are there. Suppose -5 and +3 is there. -5 and +3. So what will its value? Its value will be this will be equal to how much? This will be equal to -2. And if I reverse the order, that is 3 plus -5, then it is also equal to -2. So in the commutative case, if I am reversing the order, we are getting the same value. That is, for the commutative property for addition is true. And also you are getting what? You are getting in the case of addition, this is a closure property. So obviously you will get the value here. That will be your nothing but that will be the integer, because closure property for addition is true. So I can say that In general, I can say A plus B is equal to B plus A. Now, after addition, we come to the next one, that is called the multiplication. For multiplication case, I am taking. For multiplication case, let's suppose I have minus 4 into 3, that is equal to how much? Minus 12. And 3 into minus 4, that is also equal to minus 12. Since it is a closure property for the multiplication, so the commutative property is also true. That is A into B is equal to B into A. Now addition multiplication. After this I will come to the next one, that is your subtraction case. Suppose I have the subtraction and I want to know whether subtraction is for commutative property, subtraction is true or not. Suppose I have 8 minus 3, I am getting what? I am getting 5. And 3 minus 8, I am getting minus 5. So for the subtraction case, this is commutative property is not true. Because I am reversing the order, I am getting the different value. So for the subtraction, commutative property is not true. Now the last one is your case of the division. Division, I want to check whether it is true or not for division case. Let's suppose I have a number 12 divided by 4. I am getting 3. And reversing the order, 4 divided by 12, it is equal to how much? 1 by 3. That is what? A divided by B is not equal to B divided by A. Hence, I can say that commutative properties for division is also not true. Now the case of the associative. For the associative case, again we will discuss for the case of addition, multiplication, division and subtraction. So let us take the first case of the addition case. I am taking the addition one. Addition, I am taking the case of the addition. In the addition case, let's suppose we have the 3 numbers. Mind it, for the commutative, we have 2 numbers, but in the case of associative, we have the 3 numbers, and in the case of distributive, it is 3 or more than 3 numbers. So for the addition case, whether it is this property is true for this integers, is for that, let's suppose I am taking the 3 numbers, that is your 3 plus 5 plus 6. I am taking this 3 number. So in the case of the associative for addition, you can make the addition in 2 ways. First one is, first you will add the 5 plus 6 and then you add the 3. And the second one is case of 3 plus 5 plus 6. First of all, you add the 3 plus 5 and then you add 6. See, in the both case, we are getting the same value, that is 14, and here also 14. That means for the associative case, associative for the case of addition of integers, it is true, or in general I can say that A plus B plus C, either that is equal to A plus B plus C. So in other ways I can write the associative property For the case of the addition, in the case of integers is like this. Now I will take the next one, that is the multiplication. For the case of multiplication, let the three numbers are again, let us suppose 4 into minus 5 into 2. How much it will be? This will be your minus 40. So what I am doing here? I had taken minus 5 into 2 first and limiting minus 40. Now say I can calculate this multiplication in this way also. 4 into minus 5, first I multiply, then I multiply by 2, again I am getting minus 40. So I can say that A into B into C is equal to A into B into C. So the associative properties for multiplication is also true. I can write it here in the formula form, I can write it here. A cross B cross C is equal to A cross B cross C. Now after the addition and multiplication, the next one is subtraction. Subtraction. See, in the case of subtraction, associative property is not valid. It is not valid. Suppose I am writing in this way, A minus B minus C. If I write it this way, that means A minus B minus C, and I can write it in this way. Then we are getting what? We are getting, suppose I am taking A minus B minus C. Instead of that, I am taking A. It is like this: A minus B minus C. Then I can write here A minus B minus C. This, if I write in this way, this is what? This is the meaningless. This is a meaningless, and for the subtraction, associative property is not true. Now come to for the division. Division case. Division case. Let us suppose A divided by B divided by C. So I can write it A divided B divided by C. Then here it is A divided by B divided by C. This also meaningless. So I can say that for the division also, associative property is not true. The last one is a distributive property. Distributive property, in this case, as the name implies, we just make two parts and then we solve that one. So that is the distributive. Let's suppose I have one number like this. I want to solve that one. Let's suppose 3 into 4 plus 3. 3 into 4 plus 3. I want to solve this one. How I will solve it? I will solve this into two ways. Either I will take what? Either I will take in this way. 3 into 7, that is 21. Or I can solve in this way. 3 into 4 plus 3 into 3. So what I am doing here I am just distributing and then adding. I am getting what? I am getting the same result, that is 21. So that means in general I can say A into B plus C is equal to A into B plus A into C. This is called distributive of multiplication over addition. over addition. Similarly, I can take another way also. 5 into, let's suppose 10 minus 3. So what will be this value? It is your 5 into 10 minus 3, that is 7. That is equal to how much? That is equal to 35. Or I can solve this question in this way also. 5 into 10 minus 5 into 3. So how much it will be? It will be again 35. So I can write in general in this way, A cross B minus C. So it is your A cross B minus A cross C. So I can say that this is the distributive property of multiplication over subtraction. So this is all about the distributive property. Hence all the properties are over. Now the chapter integer is over. If you have any doubt, you write in the comment box. And if you like the content of all this video, then please like it, subscribe it, and share with your friends.